So it's not lost on me that I haven't made a video for YouTube in the last 3 or 4 weeks. With the gold price climbing like a homesick angel, it's kept us really, really busy behind the scenes. But with the gold price rising, packages in the mail, friends needing answers to their questions on their discoveries, and so many more questions I keep getting asked, there's just a lot of projects going on and a lot of irons in the fire. But I've got to stop it all and just say it is time for an update. Okay, so the number one question I've been getting asked right now is about gold prices, where they're heading, what's going on with gold prices, like I would know. I mean, I look at gold as the long game. Truthfully, I look at gold as a long game, and I always think it's going higher. I never look at gold going down. Now, I'll wait for it to go down, and then I'll buy on the dips when I can, when I'm smart enough to kind of see it dip like that and know that it's just a dip, because gold has no other direction to go except up. And I know that kind of sounds like I have a bias, which I do. I'm 100% invested in gold, but it has no other direction. I mean, let's just look at this chart for the last 20 or 30 years. Gold is only heading in one direction. So I'm always buying. I mean, truthfully, I am always buying, and I'm never afraid to buy or hold gold. And I agree, you have to take that with a grain of salt because I am a dealer, but I just know what the other side of that is. I know what gold is. It is a hedge. It is a store of value to inflation. I've made videos on this before. Maybe I'll try and link one about it. But gold is the safe haven for inflation, for these currencies that sometimes they feel like they're running away and things are just getting more and more expensive. Gold is just doing what gold is supposed to do, and that's keep up with inflation. So when you're looking at buying gold and you're like, wow, a gram of gold is now $70 on the spot price. That's crazy. But truthfully, it was always going to go there. It was always going to go there because of the money printing, because you're just taking that gram of gold for $70 and you're comparing it to dollars, and the dollars, they just keep printing. So gold is going to naturally go up, and that's just the way gold is. And you shouldn't worry about that. You should be happy with that because it's your hedge, it's your store of value, it's your safe haven to the inflation that's going on, not just in this country, but around the entire world. Currencies, in my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. Currencies are not where you want to be. Cash is trash. I didn't make that up. I've heard it many a times from many different people, but we're 100% vested in gold. I truthfully, every time we go through the month and we process our sales and our orders, I'm always throwing it back into gold. I'm always out traveling, looking for gold, bringing it back, photographing it. It goes, into the safety deposit box or wherever it goes. But I would rather hold gold and not cash because I know that price is just going to keep going. Right now, it feels a little out of control. Gold has moved 15 or 20% in the last couple months. I mean, it's moving, but gold tends to do that. It tends to travel in a range and just kind of hang out, and then it'll make some very big, surprising moves. And the question I've been asked from a few people now is, where is gold headed? And I read all the analysts and what they're saying, and a lot of them are saying gold might reach $2,600 an ounce this year. It would not surprise me. Not surprise me at all. We are always trying to find the best deals, but as prices rise, of course, buying and selling, the price just sticks with that spot price of gold. So our prices online, along with everyone else in the industry, they rise, and they should rise because we're comparing it to dollars, and dollars are the things that that they just print at will. They just print at will. So I hope that makes sense. That was one question I got asked. Mike, where's the price of gold headed? I don't know. 2,600 is what some analysts are saying. Would not surprise me to see gold go there. Okay, switching gears to pay dirt now. People have been asking. This bag was never going to be a pay dirt. I mean, it was going to be a pay dirt, and then like a year and a half ago, I realized I was not going to have enough material to make a pay dirt. So I made, it's not even a real label. It's a photo that we've taped on here. I didn't even print these. There's only 30 bags of this, 30 to maybe 40 bags of this French Gulch. I just finished a video series on Farncombe Hill, some of the most fantastic gold in the world. And this was all the tiny little wires and crystallized gold that sort of fell off the pieces as the prospector was etching them. So this is a pay dirt. I sent one to Brian Carson. I sent one to Miller Prospecting. I sent one to Vendetta. I sent one to Bayou Gold Guy, and I sent one to John R. Prospecting. Just kind of for fun. I mean, just kind of I appreciate all those guys. They always review our bags, and so I kind of sent those out just kind of for fun. And then people started asking me, when was this going to be a pay dirt? People actually have Zelled me money to pre-order this bag. So, spoiler alert, this is going to be a pay dirt next week. It'll come out sometime next week. I can't tell you exactly when. There will only be 30, 40 bags of this. I imagine it will sell out pretty quickly. It's crystallized gold, really fantastic stuff. However, with that, there are two other pay dirts that for one reason or another never became pay dirts. I've shelved these two other pay dirts, and I'm going to launch all three in 1 gram bags next week. I learned something when I hung out with Vendetta last time, Mike Vendetta down in Arizona, when he said, it's okay if stuff runs out. It's okay if you sell out of something. So truth be told, these bags, I knew I couldn't put them into large production. And so I've shelved them for that reason until now. It's okay if they're small batch. It's okay if they run out. And these 3 bags, 2 of them I'm leaving a surprise I'm not going to tell you about. But this bag, the Farncombe Hill Crystallized Gold, all 3 of these will be out next week in a 1 gram pay dirt bag. Okay, the next question comes from my friend Matt. Matt, he's a local guy, a friend of mine, buys our pay dirt products. He has pay dirt. Matt makes some great pay dirts. I'm not sure if, Matt, if you're selling or not. You can leave it in the comments below. But Ford Prospecting, I got the number 4 bag, and I don't know. I just save these. I don't want to pan them out. I save them from all my friends. And maybe someday I'll make like a wall of pay dirts like Miller Prospecting. But anyway, this question comes from Matt. He found this rock in his farm, his pasture, where all the cows hang out. So this was in with the cow pies, he told me, and he's washed it off. It's no big deal, but it's heavy. It's this big, heavy rock, and it's this rounded rock. And he asked me to evaluate it, and of course, I'm going to evaluate it on camera with you guys. I have no clue what's going on with this rock. But to anyone interested, I basically just use one of these. This is from my friend Ed. It's a pinpointer, a Falcon Tracker MD20. It makes a really annoying sound when you turn it on. Yep. Then there's like this adjustable wand with it, and basically when you get close to gold, it's going to tell you. Now, Matt, I haven't done this yet. Truthfully, I have not done this to see if this is any gold in there. There's one tiny little spot on here that Matt was really intrigued by, and I was too, but I think it's pyrite, Matt. I do think it's pyrite as I looked at it closer, but let's just see what happens when we go over these. So Matt, I'm not hearing anything, even on that little spot that we thought might be something. I think that was pyrite. This thing is super heavy though. It's like, I don't know. But I'm not hearing anything on that. And then Matt also a while ago sent me a bunch of quartz from a spot in Boise. And Matt, I've gone over all of these as well, and I'm not hearing anything, brother. There's no gold that I can see in any of this material. But keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and yeah. Okay, the question I've wanted to answer for a long time. I just haven't folded it into a vlog, but I'm gonna answer it on this one, and I'm gonna probably keep pounding this issue into as many vlogs as I can because it's very, very important, and that's about taxes and gold. Do not, under any circumstance, except for the few I'm going to tell you about, but do not pay tax on gold. Story comes from a gentleman who called me. He bought a nugget from an auction house in Texas, a very large online auction house. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to get sued, but he bought this nugget. He was the highest bidder. Bought this nugget for 30-40% over spot. Very large nugget, 60 troy ounces. Paid $150,000 for it. On top of that, the auction house charges a buyer's premium, and they're very they're very forward about that. They tell you, hey, you'll be the highest bidder, you will win this nugget. On top of that, we're going to charge you as the auction house 25%. 25%. So he paid $150,000 for this nugget, and then he got charged wait for it. He got charged $37,500 buyer's premium on top of the nugget that he outbid everyone else in the auction for this 60 troy ounce gold nugget. Then they shipped it to him in California, and they charged him 10% sales tax. It was like 10.5 or something sales tax on top of that. So that was $150,000 plus $37,000 plus 10% of $18,000. So for a $150,000 nugget, he paid $205,000, and he contacted me to try and make some sense of it, because he's looking to sell the nugget now that gold prices are up, but he's way underwater because of all these fees and all these taxes, and it's truthfully a horrible way to buy gold. These auction houses, it's a horrible way to buy gold. But I say that because I get asked the question a lot of times, what sales tax do I charge for gold? There is no tax on gold. Treat gold like money, okay? Treat gold. If you were to go buy a stock right now on the stock market and buy a share of Tesla, you wouldn't pay tax for that. If you were going to go buy cryptocurrency, if you were going to go buy a Bitcoin right now, you wouldn't pay tax for that. There would be a tax later, a capital gains, assuming you made money on that. And that's a fair tax. But paying a tax just to purchase something, they're treating the nugget more like an antiquity and not like what it is, money. And the same thing can happen to us when we bring gold in from Australia. It's very interesting when I go through the airports in customs coming back into the US customs, they want to see if I know the tax law on gold. And we do, obviously. And we come in with armed. I mean, we come in armed with all of our paperwork and the knowledge that gold is not taxed. And I fully declare when I'm walking in with a lot of gold, and they know that I know, and then it's no big deal. But it's interesting to see, because those agents want to see if I know tax law and the tax code about bringing gold into the United States. So gold is not taxed in the United States, and I say that because I have a lot of friends over in Europe. that we ship gold to, and they are taxed. They are taxed extremely high. It can be up to 20% tax in Europe when they import gold, and it's criminal. It's criminal in Europe what they're doing to those people after all the Europeans have been through with the wars and hyperinflations, that they can't hold gold at an equal way that we can hold gold in the United States. So I'm getting a bit on a soapbox here. Apologize for that, but I want to make sure you know there is no tax on gold. Don't ever pay tax on gold. The only exceptions for me, and I know there's people in the comments who are going to leave comments about this, if it's pay dirt, the state of Washington only. Pay dirt in the state of Washington. The second I take dirt and I add gold to it. And spoiler alert, we do add gold to our pay dirt. We try and find dirts from gold bearing regions that have some natural gold in them, but I always add gold to make sure I get the guarantee, to make sure you get what you're paying for. And in doing that, it becomes a product. The state of Washington has said that is no longer a natural gold like money. It's a product. You've made it into a product, and we are going to charge sales tax for that. So that is why in the state of Washington, because we are in Washington, so my fellow Washingtonians who are customers of mine, you do pay sales tax on pay dirt. The other exception to that is Washingtonians for jewelry. We don't do a lot of jewelry, but we do gold nuggets that have a bale attached. The second I take that gold nugget and I attach that bale, it's now become a product. It's no longer just a natural piece of gold. It's become a product. So there you have it. Don't pay tax on your gold, period, whatsoever. Fight it, dispute it. Do not pay tax. If you buy a piece on eBay, that's a whole nother video about buying gold on eBay. Don't let them tax you on eBay. That is just... Have I gotten the point across? Have I gotten the point across? Don't pay tax on gold. The exceptions, if you're in Washington, pay dirt. Pay dirt, I'm going to charge you tax on that. Now, there's a loophole around that too, but you got to email me. goldnuggetsforsale@gmail.com. If you're a Washingtonian and you want to know the loophole to the taxes, I've got you covered. Okay, so speaking of pay dirt, it's kind of a lot happening there. There's about 5 or 6 pay dirts that are coming out in the next 6 months. One of them I'll talk about when I open one of these packages because I'm really excited about it. That's a collaboration. I got another collaboration coming out in April with, spoiler alert, someone in Arizona who does pay dirt very, very well down there. And then there's like 3 or 4 others. But everyone's been asking about one in particular. When is the high grader coming back? And if you don't know about the high grader pay dirt, it was probably one of the most popular pay dirts we've ever had. We sold out. I probably haven't had it for a year and a half, 2 years. It's coming back. And I'll put the video up here if you want to go check out the high grader pay dirt. It is coming back. People have been asking about it. I have the gold. The gold is here. Actually, I brought it in the shop today just to show it on this video.
Hey, listen up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can see, cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about.
Beautiful Nevada gold, very high grade, very unusual. I was told I wouldn't get any more when I got that initial batch of it several years ago, but they've been working again. And I think they just kind of told me that to waited for the price to go up, and now they've been selling gold. So high grader is coming back. Spring, late spring, probably May, maybe June. Plan on high grader coming back. Plan on it being around for a while. I got, I think, 80 ounces of gold from them, somewhere around that neighborhood, 80 ounces of gold. Most of it's going to go in pay dirt. Some of the larger nuggets will probably just sell individually. And the largest nugget, I think that'll be a future giveaway. I don't know. We're working that out in our head. But anyway, high grader is to come. A couple more collaboration painters to come. Coyote Creek. I'll speak about that next week. But if you go on the website, you can see Coyote Creek sold out. Sold out. Okay, if you haven't been over to the website recently, you should go check it out. The best collection of Australian gold we've ever had. The best collection of Australian gold. The most gold we've ever had. That's what I've been doing the last few weeks, is photographing all of this gold, all of this Australian gold. Some absolutely beautiful, stunning pieces. I have more to do. There will be more coming on next month. A bunch of the smaller gold nuggets, 2 to 5 gram gold nuggets that we found over there. You guys know how I find gold. I go meet with the prospectors and buy their gold. But we bought some really beautiful gold right now. And yeah, what's coming out of Australia always amazes me. It always amazes me they find more gold every year, but those guys are working those areas, and those gold fields are so massive, hundreds of square miles, and really, really pleased with what we were able to get last time in Australia. So that is, most of it's online already. Go check it out. Beautiful stuff. Both websites, we have a bunch of new Australian gold. Okay, lastly, 3 packages to open, mail call. I'm get so excited about this. I hold these, and I didn't want to hold these too long. I wanted to make this video. So without further ado, we're just going to open these 3 packages. Now this one is from the prospector at Farncombe. This is from my friend, and he wrote, "Hello, Mike. Enclosed is a book that was written by Bill Fountain called Chasing the Dream, The Search for Gold in the Upper Swan River Valley, Breckenridge, Colorado, talking about the area and the history where we found the gold prospecting over the years. Also, I want to let you know that I created a Facebook account called Colorado Gold Specimens, and I have started posting photographs of the gold specimens we found on the Facebook page, Rare Gold Specimens. I'll have to go check that out on Facebook. I've also received some inquiries of the gold specimens that are available for sale. The rule on posting on that page frowns on links to websites that sell gold. So I've given your name and phone number from your website when someone asks. I hope you enjoy the book. Take care." Very cool people, Glenn and Rita, the prospectors that found all of that. And this is the book, Chasing the Dream. Very cool book. Thank you very much, Glenn. This will be a wonderful read. This will be a very cool read. All about that history that I just showed you in the last few videos. I'll link one up here about the Farncombe Hill gold. Best gold to ever come out of Colorado. Hands down, best gold to ever come out of Colorado. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you for this book. Appreciate it. I will give it a good read and help me with my knowledge of what happened there at Farncombe Hill. Okay, next package comes from my friend Jeff. Jeff, good friend, good customer, and I think he said something about this being perishable, so I thought probably I should get it opened. Oh, wow. Now, Jeff is from Massachusetts, so I've got pure Massachusetts maple syrup. Very, very cool, Jeff. Thank you so much. These are always such thoughtful gifts that I get in the mail. And then a note from Jeff. "Greetings, Mike from Western Massachusetts. Enclosed, you'll find a bottle of the most unusual liquor I came across while helping my neighbor make maple syrup this season." Oh, now you've piqued my interest even more. Okay, wait for it. Something else in here. Liquor. That sounds a little desperate, doesn't it? But, you know, let's see what it is. What is that? Oh, Goldschlager. All right. classic Goldschlager. Can you see the gold floating around in the bottle? Too funny. All right, let me finish reading the note. All right. Enclosed, you'll find a bottle of the most unusual liquor I came across while helping my neighbor making maple syrup this season. Unusual, and I feel appropriate for the connoisseur of fine gold as yourself. Shaken, you will observe gold flakes dancing around in a snow globe. Call it a gold globe. Don't blank on its... don't bank on it as an ROI, as the amount, according to the maker, is about 0.02 grams. Consider it as a top shelf collectible to be shaken, not consumed. Okay. Now, as for the second container, this should be consumed, as this is New England gold. Helping my French-Canadian neighbor, Chez Rene, we tap and gather or mine from 300 buckets, mine sites. The refining by the use of evaporator can consume up to 80 gallons of sap, pay dirt, to make 1 gallon of syrup. I've heard that. I've heard it takes like 80 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So this would be like, this is 32 ounces, 1/4. That'd be like 20 gallons, something like that, depending on how much sugar is in the sap. I enjoy the syrup as a substitute for sugar in my coffee. You seem to like coffee. I do. I've never tried it with maple syrup, but I'm going to. When you get time, sit back and enjoy a treat and shake your gold. Thank you, Jeff. What a thoughtful gift. Very, very, very cool. Goldschlager, you know, I've never actually had cinnamon liqueur, and you can see the gold in there floating all around. That's really, really cool. I don't know. It might not be a gold globe for long, but it is really cool. Thank you, Jeff. Very, very thoughtful gifts, and much appreciated. Okay, last but not least, this is from Amora. Amora is 6 years old. Amora and her granddad, Brad, they have a gun shop in the Midwest. They have a room in the back that they've decorated with stickers and gold sluices and gold pans, and they pan gold together. Now, Amora is 6 years old, and she has a lot of opinions on pay dirt and what should be in it, what should not be in it. And she has said to me and written to me and said that candy is not just for grown-ups, but 6-year-olds can enjoy gold just as much. Amora, play on those words however you'd like. You are certainly a gold connoisseur. We appreciate your business, and I hope it's a lifelong passion for you, panning gold and whatever's in here. This is pretty cool. We appreciate it. Amora and I actually have plans. There is a pay dirt coming this summer. We're working on a pay dirt that was Amora's idea. So I'm going to open this and let's see what's in here. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for sending me something. And this is a statue. A statue of a prospector with his gold pan. Very cool. Thank you guys for this. The Sculpture Studio, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it is the gold panner. I think he'll sit nicely back there. And there is a note. Hey Mike, this is just a little something Amora saw in my buddy's shop next door. When she saw it, she said, "Look, Papa, a gold panning guy. Mike, our gold guy, would love this." I do love it, Amora. This is very, very cool and much appreciated. So with that, here it is. We also added a little gold in the pan from our first bag from you. And there is a little gold in the pan. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I think you can see it right there. Little gold in the prospector's pan from Brad and Amora. Thanks for everything. She asks about every Tuesday for a new vlog. The prospecting is in her blood. Thanks and happy pans, Papa Brad and Amora. Amora, thank you. Such a kind gift, wonderful gift. Amora and I have a pay dirt coming out. We're gonna meet soon. We're gonna meet. I think we might actually, the 𝐬𝐓𝐃𝐄𝐒 might go out to Iowa and go say hi to Brad and Amora. And we've got, I'll show you a little something Amora. I guess I'm showing it to everyone. Just wait for it. Very well packed, but I want to show it. All right, I want to show it because we are actively working on this. We're just, like I said, behind on just about everything. But let's see, there's 6 in there. We ordered like 100 of these. Wait for it. Amora, this is it. We're working on it. We're working on Amora's candy jar. I don't know how much gold is going to be in here. I don't know what we're going to cost it at. I don't know much about it except we found these and we decided we're going to run with this idea, and that'll be coming out sometime this summer. So Amora, I wanted to share that with you and give you an update. And this video is scattered. This video is scattered. Lots to talk about, lots of cool stuff going on. And when I can't put a video out for 3-4 weeks, just know that I want to. This is like the one thing I just love to do, is come hang out with you guys, make a vlog, let you know what's going on in our lives and with the business. But it's busy. It's really, really busy. Lots to come. Next week, vlog coming out, some new pay dirts. We're talking about them, sharing them with you. Go check out some of the new Australian gold on both websites, goldnuggetsforsale.com, goldnuggetsales.com. You know I'm going to plug the website, of course, at the end of the video. And be well, be safe. I'm going to leave it there. We'll see you in a week. I'm going to put out another video in a week. Epic video coming. All right.